days, technology underpins every facet of global dominance, but it is the tiny yet crucial component known as the semiconductor and the industry that surrounds it that has emerged as a crucial battleground. At the heart of this complex web lies Taiwan, a small island nation wielding outsized influence due to its semiconductor prowess, primarily through the Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company. Despite semiconductors being essential components in the automotive and computing sectors for years, the quest for supremacy in artificial intelligence and the increasing shift of our digital framework to cloud computing have significantly intensified the demand for high-capacity data centers and enhanced chip manufacturing capabilities by entities like Intel, Samsung, and the TSMC. However, despite US firms leading in global revenue, America faces a shortfall in production capacity. But these tiny chips also hold the key to immense economic and government power. Those little silicon wafers help create advanced weaponry and are crucial to national security. So why are they being manufactured outside the US in volatile spots like Taiwan, where China has a particular interest in the geopolitics of the country? Welcome to the Global Insight. A semiconductor is a type of material that can control the flow of electricity. Unlike metals, which allow electricity to flow freely, and insulators, which don't allow electricity to flow at all, semiconductors sit in the middle. They're not too good at conducting electricity, but not too bad either. This unique property allows us to control electrical currents very precisely, which is essential for all kinds of electronic devices. Semiconductors are used in a huge variety of devices, such as computers and smartphones. Every single computer chip is made from semiconductor materials, allowing them to process complex calculations and run all the software that we use daily. Solar panels. Semiconductors are key in converting sunlight into electricity. LED lights. They use semiconductors to generate light efficiently. And cars. Modern vehicles are filled with electronic systems for navigation, entertainment, and safety, all powered by semiconductors. Semiconductors are essential because they're the foundation of all modern electronics, and here's why they're so critical. Versatility. They can be used in everything from powering your smartphone to running servers in a data center. Miniaturization. Semiconductors can be made very small, allowing us to pack millions of transistors, which are the basic building blocks of electronic circuits, into a tiny chip. This miniaturization is what has made smartphones, laptops, and all forms of compact, powerful devices possible. And efficiency. They can handle electricity in a very efficient way, minimizing energy loss and heat production, which is crucial for devices like electric cars and renewable energy systems. Ultimately, without semiconductors, most of the technological conveniences and advancements that we see today wouldn't be possible. They're the hidden heroes behind these scenes, making our modern, connected world a reality. So, who makes them? Semiconductors are made in specialized facilities known as foundries, or fabs, which is short for fabrication plants, and these require sophisticated technology and substantial investment. The production process involves turning pure silicon into highly complex chips through a series of intricate steps, including photolithography, etching, and doping. As we mentioned earlier, Taiwan is the global leader in semiconductor manufacturing, primarily due to the Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, or TSMC, the world's largest dedicated independent semiconductor foundry. TSMC manufactures chips for companies around the world, including Apple, AMD, and Qualcomm. South Korea is another major player, home to Samsung Electronics and SK Hynix. Samsung is one of the world's largest manufacturers of memory chips and has a significant share of the global market for DRAM and NAND flash memory. The US has a strong presence in the semiconductor industry, with companies like Intel, Qualcomm, and Broadcom leading the way. Intel, one of the few companies in the world that both designs and manufactures its chips, is a major player in the market for CPUs for computers and servers. Europe has several semiconductor companies, with the Netherlands' ASML holding a unique and critical position in the global supply chain. ASML is the only company in the world that manufactures extreme ultraviolet lithography or EUV machines, a key technology for producing the most advanced chips. Japan has a long history in the semiconductor industry with companies like Toshiba, Sony, and Renesas Electronics. Japan is particularly strong in the specialized semiconductors and materials for chip manufacturing, including semiconductor equipment. China has been rapidly developing its semiconductor industry as part of a broader ambition to become self-reliant in the technology. Companies like SMIC, or the Semiconductor Manufacturing International Corporation, are at the forefront of China's efforts to increase its presence in the semiconductor manufacturing space, although it is still catching up in terms of technology for the most advanced chips. However, export controls imposed by countries like the United States restrict China's access to cutting-edge microchip technology. These controls aim to protect national security interests and prevent the transfer of sensitive technology to China affecting its semiconductor development. Taiwan's semiconductor industry, with TSMC at the forefront, is not just a commercial success story, it's a strategic asset. In a world where advanced chips power everything from smartphones to fighter jets, control over chip manufacturing equates to technological sovereignty. Taiwan's ability to produce the most sophisticated chips has placed it at the epicenter of global tech supply chains, making it a focal point of geopolitical interests. Taiwan's central role in the geopolitical tug-of-war over semiconductors between China, the United States, and other nations stems from several key factors. Taiwan is the world's leading producer of advanced semiconductor chips, and TSMC alone accounts for more than 50% of the global semiconductor foundry market, making it an indispensable player in the global supply chain. Its chips power a vast array of products, from consumer electronics like smartphones and computers to strategic technologies in defense and telecommunications. Taiwanese foundries, especially TSMC, are at the forefront of semiconductor manufacturing technology, capable of producing chips with the smallest and most efficient transistors. This technological edge is critical for the production of high-performance and energy-efficient chips required for advanced computing, 5G technology, artificial intelligence, and more. The semiconductor industry is foundational to the modern digital economy, underpinning everything from consumer gadgets and automotive electronics to critical infrastructure and national defense systems. Taiwan's dominance in this sector means that any disruption to its semiconductor production capabilities could have far-reaching impacts on global supply chains and economies, making its stability and security of international concern. Taiwan's geopolitical situation adds another layer of complexity. The People's Republic of China view Taiwan as part of its territory and has not ruled out the use of force to achieve reunification. The United States, along with other countries, does not officially recognize Taiwan as a separate state, but maintains a policy of strategic ambiguity, providing significant political and military support. This support is partly due to Taiwan's critical role in the semiconductor supply chain, making its defense a matter of strategic interest to the US and its allies. For China, gaining control over Taiwan and its semiconductor industry would be a significant strategic victory, potentially giving it leverage over global technology markets and military capabilities. For the United States and its allies, ensuring that Taiwan remains a friendly and independent supplier of semiconductors is crucial for maintaining their economic and military security. This has led to increased efforts to bolster domestic semiconductor manufacturing capabilities in the US and other countries to reduce reliance on Taiwan. The COVID-19 pandemic and subsequent global supply chain disruptions highlighted the risks of over-reliance on a single region for critical components like semiconductors. This has intensified the geopolitical competition over semiconductors, with countries seeking to secure their supply chains against potential political, military, or economic disruptions. Founded in 1987, TSMC has grown to become the world's largest dedicated, independent semiconductor foundry. The company's unique business model, focusing exclusively on manufacturing chips designed by other firms, has positioned it as an indispensable node in the global tech supply chain. TSMC's success is underpinned by its unparalleled expertise in advanced chip making, a domain where it leads the industry. The United States, historically a leader in semiconductor technology, has found itself increasingly reliant on Taiwan for the most advanced chips. This reliance has grown amidst a backdrop of waning domestic production capabilities in the US and the soaring costs and complexities associated with advanced chip manufacturing. This dependence is not just a commercial concern, it's a matter of national security. Semiconductors are the building blocks of modern defense systems, and this reliance places the US in a vulnerable position vis-à-vis Taiwan's security. China, with its ambitious Made in China 2025 initiative, has been aggressively working to develop its semiconductor industry. However, it still lags in high-end chip production and is heavily dependent on imports, particularly from Taiwan. This dependency intertwines with China's broader geopolitical aspirations and its complex relationship with Taiwan. And therefore, the island's semiconductor capability is not only an economic goldmine, but also a strategic shield. The intersection of these dynamics, Taiwan's strategic dominance in semiconductors, the US's growing reliance on Taiwan, and China's regional ambitions, is brewing a potential flashpoint. The US has ramped up efforts to secure its semiconductor supply chain, exemplified by the Chips for America Act. Similarly, China's increasing assertiveness in asserting its claims over Taiwan poses a direct challenge to the status quo. Taiwan's pivotal role in semiconductor manufacturing, combined with its technological prowess, economic significance, and geopolitical position, places it at the heart of international tensions over technology, security, and global power dynamics. The semiconductor industry, often overlooked in mainstream geopolitical discourse, is now at the forefront of a complex strategic game involving Taiwan, China, and the United States. The future of this industry is more than a matter of corporate competition. It's a question of national security, economic resilience, and technological sovereignty. As these three players navigate this high-stakes landscape, the ramifications will echo across the global, political, and economic spectrums. That's it for now. If you enjoyed this report, please like and share our video. Also, if you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe to The Global Insight for more great news from around the world. Remember, your comments are important to us, and they also help to drive a conversation with like-minded people, so please do tell us what you really think. And until next time, stay tuned.